I didn't notice the weight at first. It started small. My clothes felt a little tighter. My jeans didn't button as easily. I felt bloated more often, especially after long work days. And then I started seeing it in photos. You know that moment when somebody takes a photo of you and you don't recognize yourself right away? I told myself it was just stress. Work was busy, life was heavy, so I let it go. Weeks turned into months, and one day I realized I had gained almost 20 pounds. Without really noticing how it had happened. I started wearing looser clothes, stretchy clothes, the kind that don't ask questions. And honestly, I avoided cameras. I kept telling myself I'll deal with it later, until later became uncomfortable. Not just physically, but mentally. I didn't feel like myself anymore. So I decided to change. I went all in. Exercise every day, tracking everything, staying under 1,200 calories. I was disciplined. I worked hard, but the scale didn't move. Not really. And the harder I pushed, the more tired I felt. I love food. I love cooking. Food is creativity for me. And suddenly, eating felt stressful, like math. One day I thought, what if the problem isn't how much I eat, but how I build my plate? I always believed I was a healthy eater. So instead of counting calories, I started to observing patterns. And I realized something. My meals were often missing enough protein, so I stopped counting calories completely. And I tried something different. A simple ratio, my pretty bento method. 3, 2, 1. 3 parts lean protein, 2 parts vegetables, 1 part starch or complex carbs. No weighing, no tracking apps. Just balance visually. Something surprisingly happened. I wasn't starving. I wasn't obsessing. I started lifting weights lightly, walking more. And slowly the weight started coming off. Not dramatically, but steadily. My energy came back first, then my strength, then my confidence. I realized my body didn't need punishment. I just needed structure and nourishment. Today's pre-bento follows the same balance. Roasted salmon for protein, shredded cabbage and carrot ribbons for volume and nutrients, and soba noodles with sesame oil and seaweed flakes for grounding carbs. Nothing extreme, nothing restricted, just a plate that supports how I want to feel. I stopped chasing smaller numbers and started building better meals. And somehow, that changed everything. If the weight has been quietly creeping up on you, maybe you don't need less food. Maybe you just need a better balance. What I didn't understand before was that my body wasn't fighting me. It was responding to how I was eating. When I was counting calories, I was often eating too little protein and still feeling hungry. So I snacked a lot more. My energy crashed and my body held on to weight instead of letting it go. But when I changed the plate, everything shifted. 3 parts protein helps me stay full longer and supports muscle instead of burnout. 2 parts of vegetables give me volume and nutrients without making meals heavy. And 1 part carbs reminds my body that food isn't scarce, so my energy stays steady. Nothing extreme. Just balance my body understands. And once my meal felt balanced, my metabolism finally stopped feeling stress. That's when my rate started changing naturally. Not because I ate less, but because my body finally felt supported. So if nothing's working for you right now, try this method. And let's go along on this journey together.